Yunus-led interim government takes charge. The interim government led by Professor Mohammad Yunus took oath last night, 4 days after the resignation and departure of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina amid a mass upsurge led by students. President Mohammad Shahabuddin administered the oath of office and oath of secrecy to the 84-year-old Nobel laureate and pioneer of microcredit and 13 advisors at the Bangabhavan Darbar Hall around 9:30 p.m. in a ceremony conducted by Cabinet Secretary Mahbub Hussain. Three advisors could not be sworn in as they are outside the capital. Wearing a checked Punjabi and a white vest, Professor Yunus arrived at the Bangabhavan to a standing ovation. Earlier in the afternoon, Professor Yunus arrived at Hazrat Shahjalal International Airport from Paris. Chief of Army Staff General Waqar-ul-Jaman and student organizers received him there. He made a short speech and talked to the student leaders and civil society members at the airport. In 1996, Professor Yunus became an advisor to an interim government after declining an offer to lead the caretaker government. It is, however, not clear for how long this interim government will be in power. The Daily Star asked the question to four of the advisors last night, but none could give an answer. With almost the entire police force remaining absent after numerous attacks on police, law and order situation has sharply worsened across the country. Students and volunteers have been controlling traffic on roads. Political analysts say the Yunus-led government must quickly ensure people's safety, restore law and order, and get the barely functioning civil administration back to normal. For years, the winner of the 2006 Nobel Peace Prize was subject to bitter criticism from Hasina and the Awami League. Hasina said Professor Yunus was behind the cancellation of World Bank funding for the Podda Bridge. He was stalked by lawsuits that many said were aimed at harassing him. A labor, a labor court sentenced him and three other top officials of Grameen Telecom to 6 months in prison in case filed over labor law violations. On Wednesday, a Dhaka tribunal acquitted Yunus in the case. Last night's ceremony, attended by almost 700 guests, began with the recitation from the Holy Quran. Leaders of the BNP, the recently banned Jamaat, chiefs of the three armed forces, journalists, and top civil and military officials attended the event. The Chief Justice, election commissioners, and Awami League leaders are not seen there. The new advisors include Nahid Islam and Asif Mahmood, two key organizers of the student movement that led to the fall of the previous government, are also advisors. This is the first time in Bangladesh that university students are in the advisory council. At just 26, Nahid and Asif are the youngest people ever to have status of a minister. As the chief advisor, Professor Yunus enjoys the status of Prime Minister. The other advisors include Salehudin Ahmed, former governor of Bangladesh Bank, Asif Nazrul, law professor at Dhaka University, Adilur Rahman, secretary of Rights Organization, Adhikar, Hassan Arif, former attorney general and advisor to a caretaker government, Tauhid Hussain, former foreign secretary, Sayyida Rizwana Hassan, chief executive of Bela, and Sharmin Murshid, chief executive officer of election watchdog Broti. Besides Farooq-e-Azam, a freedom fighter, Brigadier General retired Shakawat Hussain, former election commissioner, Supradeep Chakma, chairman of Chittagong Hill Tracts Development Board and former ambassador, Bidhan Ranjan Rai, a psychiatrist, A.F.M. Khalid Hussain, Naib Amir of Hefazat-e-Islam and advisor to Islami Andolan Bangladesh, Farida Akhtar, women rights activist, and Nurjahan Begum, trustee board of member of Grameen Telecom are advisors. Suprati, Bidhan and Farooq have yet to be sworn in, said the cabinet secretary. In her impromptu reaction, Sharmin Murshid said the country has fallen apart, it is fragmented, and people are divided. Institutions have been destroyed. We need to rebuild this. Even if we are an ordinary citizen, I will still have to contribute to the efforts. Now I have the opportunity to contribute more. I believe we have a strong team of advisors. Another member, Sayyid Rizwan Hassan, said many countries around the world have become democratic, established accountability, and upheld human rights. Why can't we do the same here? Half of the country's population is young, but we never considered how important they could be in getting things done. Today, they have proven their relevance and importance. Student protests demanding reform in quotas in government jobs began on July 1 and gradually gained strength despite the government's use of excessive force leading to over 300 deaths. The government climaxed in a people's uprising on Monday as the student organizers asked people to march to Dhaka. After the fall of military dictator Hussein Mohammad Ershad, Bangladesh saw an interim government headed by Justice Shahabuddin Ahmed in 1991. In 1996, another interim government was formed under Justice Muhammad Habibur Rahman. The interim government system was included in the constitution in the face of a movement led by the Awami League. Justice Latifur Rahman was the head of the 2001 caretaker government. The then President Iyazuddin Ahmed also served as the chief advisor to the caretaker government from October 2006 to January 2007. Former Central Bank Governor Fakhruddin took charge as the head of the caretaker government on January 12, 2007. In 2011, the Hasina-led government abolished the caretaker government system. Professor Asif Nazrul on August 6 said, "We are going to form the government in an extraordinary situation. There are different constitutional means and customs to legalize certain actions. We will do that." Supreme Court lawyer Shahdin Malik said it might not be possible to fully abide by the constitution in the context of such an extraordinary political upheaval. The general elections held under Shahabuddin, Habibur, Lutfur, and Fakhruddin were comparatively acceptable to the people. Just after being sworn in, Professor Yunus visited the Dhaka Medical College Hospital to visit those injured in the anti-government clashes. Thank you very much for watching.